Okay, guys and girls, I'm going to shoot a quick video of this 1990 F150, or brick nose as some people call them. Very neat truck. I think this is the 7th or 8th car I've bought from this gentleman. Very cool guy. Builds some off the wall stuff, we'll call it. I bought a Crown Vic swap truck F100 from him, and I bought if people really who follow my page will remember, years ago I bought, it might have been 6-7 years ago, I bought a 65 F100 on a 06 Mustang GT chassis that he did. This car truck is you know, he obviously, the more he does, the more he grows, and this one is pretty cool because it's on a 10 chassis. It drives awesome. The AC works, all the Mustang power seats, radio. Basically, this is a Mustang GT with a F-150 body on it. No different sort of than a Crown Vic swap, but there's more involved in doing it, and that's the cage. You know, it goes through the bed, reinforces the bed area, reinforces the cab area. You know, it's a super neat truck. And I lean Ford anyways. I buy Chevys, I buy Mopars, I buy everything, but I lean Ford very hard. And you know, I just had that Pro Touring 67 Camaro, and I'm gonna be honest, I'd rather drive this than that. That was a super cool, super slick car, you know, worth 3 times as much as, and it shouldn't have been, just because it was a Camaro. But with the amount of work he put into this, you know, it's very neat. It's fun to drive. The only thing I found, there's a little vibration at 60. I'm going to run it up to a alignment shop Monday and have them check that, because I'm going to drive this until it sells. I drove that 65 for well over a year, and I think the 66 I bought from him on the Crown Vic swap I drove for a long time. Like I said, he's a neat guy, and it's funny because we share the same style. Anyways, super neat truck. That, you know, so basically everything from the radiator to the taillights under the car is 2010 Mustang. If you need a part, anything underneath it, anything in the interior is 2010 Mustang. The only thing that you buy F-150 is the body parts, and the wiper motor would be from an F-150. You know, a lot of people are going to want, you know, dissected pictures and all this stuff, and I'm not doing it. So just so you know, you want to see how the truck's built, build your own, or buy it, dissect it, and then you can, you know, come back and sell it when you're done and build your own if that's what you think you're going to do. But I know back when I had the 65, it was the first one that we'd ever seen on a Mustang chassis. You know, this is the first brick nose or bull nose, any like, you know, that I've ever seen on a Mustang chassis. Super neat truck. There's a couple of things it could probably use a one more wet sand and buff, and maybe even just on a couple spots, maybe not even the whole truck. The truck's pretty slick. Like I said, one of the coolest things also, crank windows. Don't have to worry about them power window motors that would have also been, but the emergency brake, like I said, the AC, everything works the same as it would have on the Mustang. The tire pressure monitor light comes on. It shows the traction control light comes on. I'm assuming that's the Mustang had 71,000 miles on it. The radio works, the AC works, everything works as it would on the Mustang. So the the super cool truck. I mean, like I said, there's, out of all the things that I've had, that 65 to date, and I have all kinds of cool stuff, and I have all kinds of stuff, but this is like, this thing is just a blast to drive, because in my personal opinion, and I've driven 10 Mustangs built, I've driven 05 Mustangs, I've driven all the way back to 65 Mustangs, and it's funny, I think this truck would outhandle a Mustang, especially one that's not been modified, because the truck sits lower to the original chassis, so it handles awesome. Like I said, it's a blast to drive, and just what little bit of feedback I rolled through town in it. Some people catch the cage, some people just dig the look. It handles bumps awesome. It handles very well. So as to where if you lower a Mustang, it takes a bump like shit. This thing's not lowered. The body's lowered on the chassis, so it drives very smooth, and takes bumps very well. So there you go. First video of the 1990 Mustang swapped F-150.